The meaning, if any, of an alligator's impressive yawn is not understood. But other behavior, like this head-slapping display, has been deciphered. It is an assertive gesture, advertising an alligator's social position. In courtship season, the alligators stage bellowing choruses almost daily. Both sexes bellow, but they make somewhat different sounds. Just before the male bellows, he produces subsonic signals that make the water around him dance. In the wild, these signals may draw females from a great distance. Courtship is a quiet and oddly tender process that Kent has sometimes been able to witness at close quarters.
Courtship is usually initiated by one animal swimming slowly up to another. And this is a very important stage of courtship because they have to communicate to each animal that they have non-aggressive intentions. And secondly, they go into a period of touching one another along the face and neck, and they really orient each other to each other's head and neck. In the third phase of courtship, these touching behaviors become more exaggerated and the animals start pressing each other down underwater. And these are real tests of strength between the two animals. And these will be accentuated until one animal is capable of pressing the other underwater and ultimately circle around and mount on that animal and begin riding it around and ultimately roll over to one side and attempt to mate with that animal.
However they behave, alligators have reproduced quite successfully in Okefenokee. Here until the 1970s, they were badly hit by poachers. Now, stiff laws protect a population that has grown to about 12,000. In summer, bubbling gases are like the heartbeat of Okefenokee. Beneath the dark waters is a thick layer of decomposing vegetation called peat. The gases it creates sometimes lift large patches of peat to float on the surface. Old-timers called this a blow-up. Over time, the floating mats of peat are covered with vegetation. Some sink again, but others become floating islands and eventually support bushes and even trees. Ultimately, the trees take root and new land is created. Small wooded islands known locally as houses. Okefenokee is an Indian word that means land of the trembling earth. John Paling shows how fitting the name is when he lands on a young floating island.
I actually enjoy walking on trembling earth, if I admit it. It's one of these strange experiences like walking on a bowl of jelly.
The possibility of falling on a resting alligator is never far from mind, but a more likely menace is leeches. The leeches secrete a remarkable anesthetic and attach themselves without causing pain. Often they're not discovered before they've drawn a quantity of blood. They're repulsive, but generally harmless. The waters of Okefenokee are highly acid, about as acidic as strong tea and much the same color. Conditions favor the growth of insect-eating plants that are found here in great variety. This pitcher plant lures insects to its hollow tubular leaf with nectar. Once inside, few insects escape. They're fooled by light from the translucent windows that line the back of the tube. They exhaust themselves trying to get out. Eventually, the insects fall to the bottom of the tube. There they are dissolved by acid secretions, and the plant absorbs them. Another deadly attraction is the sundew. Its leaves are adorned with brightly colored stalks tipped with shiny droplets, apparently a sweet meal for passing insects. But hungry insects soon become entangled. Escape is impossible when the plant finally closes to digest its victim. Along the edges of islands and in shallow marshes, insects are snared in such deadly traps. When it's all over, there will be nothing left of them except their indigestible husks. As night falls, Okefenokee's gloom and its grandeur deepen. 100 million years ago, the alligator's ancestors thrived in prehistoric swamps. As far as we know, they looked much as they do today. The eyes of the alligator are highly reflective. They shine with an eerie glow in the night. John Paling and Kent Bleat conduct a nighttime search for baby alligators. Disturbing alligators here in the refuge is strictly outlawed. Even scientists like Bleat need special permission just to touch one.
This is getting shallow, I think, Kent. In any case, let's cut off the engine for a minute and get some peace. Wow, it makes a difference, doesn't it? This pole from
Beautiful.
here.
Nice and quiet without that outboard.
Sure thing. You seen any gators yet or not?
I haven't seen any in this small stretch
I should
here.
have a lot of light around this. Is that one over there?
Yeah, that's one back in the...
Let's try and get a bit
Water
closer to it,
lilies.
can we? Hold some more if you keep paddling on that side.
Unlike the closely related crocodile, alligators rarely attack man. There are only about a half dozen fatalities on record, and there has never been a serious incident in the Okefenokee refuge. Even so, there's a certain tension whenever they're about.
If we just go real slow here. See one? Let's go.
I'll keep going. Say when.
Okay, just a little closer.
You got one?
Yeah.
The captured baby gives a continuous cry of alarm. John and Kent work quickly. They want to minimize stress on the baby and avoid trouble with its mother, who might be nearby.
About 42.5 centimeters.
42?
Mm-hmm. 42. Good.
What's it reading?
It's just at 200 grams.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it!
Coming right at us. Oh, she's really cruising.
Is it the claws of the baby? Mine, look
Yeah,
at
the baby's just continually
Keep going.
talking.
Well, hang on, her jaws are open a bit, and her
Yeah.
teeth are showing. Kent, are you sure that's okay?
I don't think it's a good idea to stay here.
You want to put the baby back or what?
Probably what I should do is just tap her on the nose and see if it scares her. They are often a little more brave at night than they are in the daytime.
Watch, she's coming, Kent.
Boy, she really concentrates on that. She just localizes right on the distress call. I think I better push her off.
Are you sure?
She's a little too close. This is not safe.
She's not safe.
No.
How about just putting the baby back? I don't think that's the best idea.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
definitely at a disadvantage.
So Kent builds a record of alligator growth in different areas. Females grow to an average of 7 to 8 feet, while males may be up to 14 feet and weigh 850 pounds.